And it's finally happening. The date is August 31st, 2025. And while to many people this may appear to be just another ordinary day, the last day of the month, a Sunday to be rushed through, ignored or forgotten, those of you who are here right now know better. You can feel it already, deep in your body, in your restless thoughts, and in the energy hanging in the atmosphere around you. Something unusual is stirring. Something powerful is unfolding. And it is no accident that you found this message today. The days leading up to this very moment have not been random. They've carried signs, subtle shifts, strange coincidences, dreams you couldn't quite explain, emotions rising up in ways you didn't expect. All of this has been preparing you for the threshold that you now stand upon. The last day of August is not just a calendar date. It is a spiritual marker, a doorway in time. And only those awake enough to sense it will recognize what it truly means. Most people will go through this day blind. They will scroll their phones, argue over meaningless details, and sit with people who drain their energy without even realizing it. They will treat today as though it carries no weight at all. But you, chosen one, are different. You are here because you've been guided to hear these words at this exact time. And you can feel within yourself that something rare is at play. August 31st opens a choice, a spiritual test. The currents of the unseen are asking you, will you align yourself with truth? Or will you let yourself be pulled back into the shadows of cycles that no longer serve you? Every word you speak today, every meeting you allow, every decision you make, these things will echo far beyond this day. That is why you cannot treat it lightly. Some of you have already felt the warning, an inner voice telling you not to meet certain people, not to step into the same patterns again, a sudden awareness that those closest to you may not always have the purest intentions. This is not paranoia, it is not fear, it is discernment. It is your spirit alerting you that today is different, that not everyone who comes near you should remain close. So if you are listening right now, understand this, it is not by coincidence. It is not by chance. The last day of August is a moment of revelation, and you are being asked to see clearly what others will miss. Stay with me until the very end of this video, because the most important revelation comes at the close. And if this message is already stirring something deep within you, type 777 in the comments right now. Your declaration that you are awake, aligned, and ready to walk this higher path. The energy of August 31st is unlike any other day of this month. You can already feel it, an invisible pressure in the air, a weight on your chest, or a sudden wave of intuition that whispers, be careful who you allow near you today. This is not your imagination, it is not simple paranoia. This is your spirit tuning into something bigger, a shift in the unseen realms. The last day of August carries with it a vibration that exposes truth, uncovers deception, and tests the strength of your discernment. Most people will miss. They will treat today like just another day, making plans, meeting friends, sitting in rooms filled with energy that does not serve them. But you, chosen one, cannot ignore what you feel. You know deep down that today is not ordinary. Something in you refuses to dismiss the signs. On days like this, the universe acts as a mirror. It places people, conversations, and choices directly in your path, not to confuse you, but to reveal to you who is safe and who is not, who can walk with you and who must be left behind. That is why, on the last day of August, Spirit is urging you not to meet with certain people, especially those who drain you, deceive you, or cloud your clarity. Why? Because today, the veil is thin. Your energy is more sensitive. Encounters carry greater weight. If you sit in the same room with the wrong person, Their heaviness can linger in your spirit long after they are gone. If you allow someone close whose intentions are not pure, their influence can distort your perception. And if you ignore the voice inside warning you to step back, you may find yourself repeating cycles you were meant to break. This is not about fear. It is about awareness. The person closest to you is not always the safest for you. Sometimes it is the ones who smile the widest, who say, "I care about you," who carry the heaviest shadows. Spirit is asking you to trust the uneasiness you feel. If you hesitate to meet someone today, it is not without reason. Your discernment is your shield. You may notice that conversations feel different today. Words that would normally slide past you suddenly feel sharp. Glances that once seemed harmless now reveal a deeper truth. Pay attention. The energy of August 31st amplifies everything. It brings clarity where there was confusion and exposure where there were lies. That is why betrayal often surfaces on days like this. People reveal themselves not because they want to, but because the spiritual current forces masks to fall. Chosen. If you feel someone avoiding you, if you sense distance where there was once closeness, do not chase it. That separation is protection. Spirit removes what cannot go with you into the new season, and as painful as it may be to accept, not everyone who started with you is meant to finish with you. Some relationships are only meant for one chapter. Forcing them into the next is what keeps you stuck. August 31st is a filter. It reveals who belongs and who doesn't. The friend who suddenly shows jealousy instead of support. The partner who grows cold when your light shines. The relative who drains your peace every time they step into the room. The signs are there, louder than ever today, if you are willing to see them. The truth is, the closer someone is to you physically, the more power they have to affect your spirit. That is why today's message is urgent. Be mindful who you meet, who you allow into your space, who you sit with. Energies are exchanged through presence, through eye contact, through silence itself. And today, those exchanges carry lasting effects. Perhaps you've already noticed that your body reacts around certain people. You feel tired after speaking with them. You feel heavy after sharing your dreams with them. You feel restless after sitting in their presence. Do not ignore these signals. Your spirit knows what your mind tries to explain away. This day asks you to choose courage. Courage does not always mean confrontation. Sometimes courage means staying home instead of meeting them. Sometimes courage means declining the invitation, even if you cannot explain why. Sometimes courage means trusting that your peace is worth more than their approval. Do not be surprised if someone close tries harder than ever today to pull you in. They may call, they may message, they may insist on seeing you, but ask yourself, what is their true intention? Are they bringing light into your life, or are they feeding off your energy? On August 31st, discernment is not optional, it is survival. And here is the deeper truth. This is not just about one meeting, one conversation, or one person. It is about patterns. It is about cycle. Spirit is saying, no more wasted time, no more hidden enemies, no more repeating what you were supposed to leave behind. August closes with a final test. A chance for you to step fully into the timeline, where you are no longer deceived, no longer drained, no longer bound by the weight of false connections. So listen closely. Chosen one, if you feel the pull to isolate today, honor it. If you sense that silence is safer than conversation, honor it. If your intuition whispers, don't go out, then do not go out. The universe is not asking you to be fearful. It is asking you to be wise. This is why you must not meet just anyone on the last day of August. Because not everyone around you is aligned with your future. Not everyone who smiles at you is for you, and not everyone who claims closeness deserves access to your spirit. Remember, today is magnified. Choices echo loud, energy imprints deeper. What you allow near you today will follow you into tomorrow. And if you can pass this test, if you can resist the pull of false connections, you will walk into September lighter, freer, and aligned with truth. Many of you are already feeling the weight of this moment. The last day of August has a strange, almost electric vibration to it. Dreams that felt too real have been following you into your morning. Numbers like 11, 222, or 444 keep appearing on your phone screens, receipts, or clocks, forcing you to pause and wonder if there is something more happening beneath the surface. Random memories and old emotions have resurfaced, leaving you unsettled. Some of you have felt sudden exertion, as if your body is trying to withdraw and protect itself. Chosen one, these are not coincidences. These are confirmations. They are signs from Spirit that you are standing in alignment with something great. The closer you get to transition, the louder the signs become. But here is the truth. Awareness alone is not enough. A higher timeline is not given. It is chosen. You cannot simply observe the signs and stay the same. You must act, and the way Spirit tests your readiness is not through strangers or random challenges. It comes through the people closest to you. That is why today's warning is clear. Not everyone you meet carries good intentions, and not every familiar presence is safe for your spirit. The temptation to meet, to socialize, to share space with someone who drains you may feel strong today. They may call you. They may ask to see you. They may insist on being close, even for a short moment. But ask yourself, what do they truly bring into your space? Peace or confusion? Clarity or chaos? Today, on the last day of August, the universe amplifies these questions. The answer becomes undeniable if you are willing to listen. Some of you may already feel the spiritual tug-of-war with it. One part of you wants to extend grace, to give them another chance, to believe the version of themselves they show you. But another part of you knows. You feel the uneasiness in your chest. You sense the heaviness in their words. You recognize that something does not align anymore. This is your intuition. This is your shield, and today, it is sharper than ever. Notice how certain conversations today feel heavier than usual. Notice how people who once made you feel safe now feel strangely distant. Notice how some interactions drain you more quickly than before. These are the mirrors of August's final energy. They are showing you what you must let go of before stepping into September. And though it may hurt, remember this: Spirit never removes without replacing. What falls away now is clearing space for what is better, what is real, what is aligned. This is why you are told, do not go out, do not meet them, do not sit in the same room with energy that does not serve your growth. Because today the veil is thin, your soul is sensitive, and the wrong presence can anchor you back into cycles you were meant to escape. But let's go deeper, because this moment is not only about avoiding deception, it is about enduring the silence in between. Many of you expect transformation to come in a flash, with instant clarity and dramatic change. But the higher path is forged in wait. It is built in the quiet seasons, the pauses, the moments when nothing seems to move. Think of a seed buried deep in the soil. To the eye, nothing happens. Days pass, weeks pass, and still no growth appears above ground. But beneath the surface, life is forming. Roots are stretching, foundations are building, and when the time is right, the sprout breaks through. That is where you are right now. The silence is not punishment, it is preparation. This is why some doors may have closed for you recently. Opportunities that once seemed perfect may have slipped away. People you thought would always be in your corner may have pulled back. Plans you were sure about may have unraveled. And yet, chosen one, this is not loss, it is protection. The universe is keeping you from paths that would have trapped you, from people who would have harmed you, from cycles that would have consumed your light. On the last day of August, this truth becomes undeniable. Rejection is redirection. Pay attention to the whispers, that sudden urge not to answer the phone, that strange feeling to delay leaving the house, that moment where you sense, I shouldn't go there today. These are not accidents, they are instructions. Spirit speaks quietly, not loudly. Those who rush will miss it. But you, because you are awake, must notice. You must treat these nudges as sacred,
because they are. And here is something even deeper. Today is not just about protection, it is about endurance. Awakening is not a burst of light, but the ability to hold your light steady when the world around you is dark. It is choosing to believe even when nothing looks the way you hoped. It is continuing forward even when everything around you tempts you to fall back. Most people break in the silence. They doubt, they quit, they curse the waiting, but you are being trained to endure, because your calling requires patience, your journey requires strength, and your spirit is being sharpened for greater things. So, if you feel tired, if you feel heavy, if you feel tempted to meet with someone you know is not aligned, pause. Do not act out of weakness. Do not give in to the distraction. Instead, see today for what it is, a test. Will you honor your discernment, or will you ignore it? Will you protect your energy, or will you trade it away? What you choose now echoes into tomorrow. This is why the last day of August is sacred, because it is not simply another day. It is a threshold. And if you can pass this moment with awareness, if you can protect your space and resist the pull of false connections, you will step into September lighter, freer, and aligned with your true path. Think of the storms you have faced, chosen one. Every time you thought the weight was too heavy, somehow you rose again. Every loss that tried to break you, every betrayal that left you bleeding inside, every closed door that felt final, yet here you stand. Do you realize what that means? These were not random hardships, they were rehearsal.
Each storm was training your spirit to be unshakable. Each heartbreak was expanding your capacity to love without losing yourself. Each setback was stretching your faith so it would not snap under pressure. And now, on the last day of August, this truth is magnified. You were never being destroyed, you were being strengthened. Today is not about wondering whether storms will come. They will. Life will always bring moments that test your resilience. But today is about remembering that you have already survived what should have taken you out. The proof is your own existence. The scars you carry are not marks of defeat. They are evidence of survival, and survival itself is prophecy that you are destined for more. But here's the test that makes today different. What is required of you now is not only courage, but restraint. Courage to take the step when spirit calls you, and restraint not to force what is not yet aligned. Most people fail at this balance. Some rush ahead, trying to rip open doors before the hinges are ready. Others shrink back, paralyzed by fear, never planting the seeds they were given. But you, chosen one, are called to a higher path. And that path demands both trust and timing. You plant the seed, you water it, and then you wait. You act when you are guided, and then you release the outcome. This is where peace is found, not in control, but in surrender. The world will not understand this. They will pressure you to hustle harder, to fight endlessly, to push against every obstacle. But you already know the deeper truth. What is forced will never last. Love cannot be forced. Purpose cannot be forced. Timing cannot be forced. They must be aligned with. They must be surrendered to. The higher path is not conquered. It is entered. And today, this wisdom is carved into your very spirit. Now notice something else. As the hours of this day unfold, tension rises. People seem more easily triggered. Conversations feel sharper. Restlessness hangs in the air. This is no accident. Light always stirs the shadows. The closer you move toward alignment, the louder the resistance becomes. But do not confuse resistance with defeat. Pressure is proof that something is about to break open. Tension signals transformation. A diamond is not born in ease, but in heat and weight. And today, you are being shaped in the same way. If you feel the heaviness, the waiting, the uncomfortable silence, do not despair. Recognize it for what it is, initiation. Spirit is not punishing you. It is preparing you. You are not being abandoned. You are being positioned. And positioning always feels tight before it feels right. The divine hand is guiding every step, even the ones that feel like setbacks. And here is the hidden truth. Alignment with the higher timeline is not only about what you do, it is about who you become. That is why this day, the very last day of August, acts as a mirror. It reflects what is still unresolved in you. It reveals the doubts you must face, the patterns you must break, and the illusions you must release. Many people look at cosmic dates as events happening above them in the sky. But the real shift is happening inside of you. The stars are not just aligning, they are mirroring your inner state. The outer world reflects the inner one. So ask yourself honestly, who are you when no one is watching? Who are you when the room is silent? When no eyes are on you? When you are left alone with your thoughts? This is the test of today. Because destiny does not begin with public victories. It begins with private integrity. The way you respond in secret. The words you whisper when angry. The choices you make when you think no one notices. These are the true markers of your readiness. The last day of August magnifies this reality. Nothing hidden can remain hidden. This is why relationships are being pressed so hard right now. The person closest to you, the one who knows your weak spots, who triggers your fears, who mirrors your patterns, that person becomes the sharpest test of your growth. Do not be surprised if conflict rises suddenly, if old wounds resurface, if tension fills the space. It is not random. Spirit is revealing where forgiveness is still needed, where truth must be spoken, where compassion must be practiced. Every bond you hold is now being purified or released. This is how timelines separate, not in the sky, but in the heart, not through stars alone, but through choices. Do not mistake this fire for punishment. Think of gold in the furnace. The flame does not destroy the gold. It reveals its purity. It burns away the dross, the layers that do not belong. In the same way, the challenges of today are fire, but not to harm you. They are here to strip away illusions, to tear off false masks, to remove what is too heavy for the next season. If you endure with patience, you will emerge lighter, clearer, stronger. But endurance does not mean silence. It does not mean pretending all is well while your soul cries for truth. The higher path requires honesty, spoken with grace. Yes, but still honesty. And that is why awakening feels so uncomfortable. It demands authenticity in a world addicted to masks. Chosen one, you cannot mute your spirit to make others comfortable. You cannot dim your light just to keep the peace. Today, the higher path calls you to speak when spirit prompts, to hold firm when truth is at stake. And what of the fear? What of the whispers in the night that tell you you're not enough, that you're not ready, that you will fail? Hear this clearly. Those are not prophecies, they are distractions. The louder the lies, the closer you are to break through. Think of it. No one breaks into an empty house. No one attacks a locked door if there is nothing of value inside. The resistance you feel is proof that you carry treasure. That is why you must protect your energy like never before. Guard your atmosphere. Guard your home. Guard your mind. Not every conversation deserves your attention. Not every invitation deserves your yes. Discernment is key. Knowing when to step forward, when to wait, when to engage, when to walk away. That is wisdom. Protection is not isolation, it is clarity. So, on this last day of August, hold this truth tight. The universe is not asking you to fight every battle. It is asking you to choose which battles are worth your spirit. Some things are distractions, some people are tests. Some invitations are traps. Listen closely, Spirit will show you which is which, and if you obey that still, small voice, you will walk into September, not burdened, but free. Chosen one,
Understand this. Your very presence carries a frequency that cannot be ignored. When you step into a space, the energy shifts. Some are drawn to you, others are unsettled by you, but none remain unaffected. That is the weight of walking awake in a world that still sleeps. You are a mirror to those who would rather hide from themselves. You are a reminder to those who wish to forget. And while this is not always easy, it is necessary. Your light disturbs what is false. And that is exactly why it is needed. So now, on the last day of August, you must see yourself as both the mirror and the flame, the mirror reflecting truth back to those around you, exposing what they would rather keep hidden, and the flame, burning through illusion, guiding those willing to step out of darkness. This duality is your calling. You are here to hold both silence and truth, patience and action, stillness and courage. This is why this moment matters. Because you were never meant to move blindly through today. You were meant to sense it, to recognize it, and to carry its message forward. The shift is not in the calendar. It is within you. Every decision, every conversation, every person you allow close to you today carries weight. And this is why you must be discerning. Because not everyone is meant to stand near you in this hour. Here is the secret no one else will tell you. Not meeting someone close to you today is not avoidance. It is alignment. The universe is urging you to step back, to observe, to protect your spirit. Why? Because proximity carries power. The person you let into your space, the one you meet face to face, on this day, becomes a mirror so sharp it can cut, or a flame so fierce it can consume. Spirit is saying clearly, this is not the day to test your boundaries. This is the day to guard them. Most people believe destiny happens outside of them, that events are random, blessings accidental, but the truth is this. Timelines shift the moment you decide to align with what is higher, and one of the ways you prove alignment is through who you allow into your energy. The last day of August is not a day for casual connections. Not a day for unnecessary meetings. It is a day to honor silence, to protect your path, to keep your frequency clear. But here is the challenge. When you choose to step back, not everyone will understand. Some will accuse. Some will misunderstand your silence. Why? Because your distance exposes their dependence. Your boundary reveals their need to control. And this is why you must be strong. Because walking the higher path means sometimes walking it alone. Think of it this way. Every soul is offered a doorway, but not every soul walks through. Many cling to the comfort of cycles, even as those cycles destroy them. But you, chosen one, would not be here if you were meant to stay in those loops. The invitation of this day is for you, and that is why the pressure feels greater. The weight of your trials is proof of the weight of your calling. And here is a truth few will speak aloud. The ones closest to you often test you the most, not because they are your enemies, but because they reflect your deepest wounds. They mirror your hidden doubts. They awaken the parts of you that still need healing. That is why the closest person can sometimes trigger you more than any stranger could. And this is why Spirit is warning today. Do not place yourself where those wounds can be exploited. Do not sit in rooms that drain you. Do not meet the one whose presence blurs your clarity. Because when the pressure rises, it is not there to break you. It is there to reveal you. Just as fire reveals the purity of gold, the tests of this day reveal the strength of your soul. But understand, you are not called to throw yourself into the fire unnecessarily. You are called to recognize when to walk away. Not every battle proves your strength. Sometimes wisdom is knowing not to fight at all. So hear this clearly. On the last day of August, your greatest act of alignment may be to not meet, to not engage, to not expose your spirit to unnecessary entanglements. This is not weakness. This is wisdom. This is and though it may feel strange, though it may feel lonely, though it may even stir guilt in you. Trust this. Spirit is positioning you. You are being set apart because what is coming requires a version of you that no old cycle, no old connection, no draining conversation can prepare. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. Today is not random. It is not just another date on the calendar. It is a threshold, a vibration, an alignment, and the secret is this: the higher path is already open. You only need to protect your steps as you walk into it. And let me be clear, this is not about perfection. It is not about pretending to never stumble or never doubt. It is about awareness. It is about catching yourself in the very moment when fear wants to control you, and choosing different every time you choose faith over fear, every time you choose grace over anger, every time you choose silence over chaos. You step onto the higher timeline. Do not underestimate the subtle signs today. A conversation that stings, a door that closes unexpectedly, or even an uneasy feeling in your chest. These are not random. They are signals shaping you, warning you, and asking you, will you trust? Will you align? Will you protect your path? The old you might have rushed in, engaged in conflict, or sought comfort in the presence of another. But the version of you that is rising today, the version that the last day of August is calling forth, knows better. This is why the closest people to you feel heavier now. Some will not understand your silence, your distance, your decision to step back. They may take it personally, or even push harder to pull you in. But this is not punishment. It is protect. Spirit is saying you must remain alone in this hour, not because you are unloved, but because solitude keeps your energy pure. What others see as withdrawal is actually your shield. Here is the truth no one else will tell you.
But on this day, the last day of August, your power is sharpest when you are by yourself. The wrong presence beside you can distort the clarity being offered. The wrong conversation can shift your vibration. Even the person closest to you, the one who knows your heart, can unintentionally become a distraction from what Spirit is whispering. That is why you must not meet them now. That is why you must remain in your own space. And yes, it may feel lonely. Yes, it may feel like you are pulling away when all you want is connection. But remember, isolation is not abandonment. It is alignment. The silence you sit in today is not empty. It is full of answers. If you allow yourself even a few moments of stillness, you will notice wisdom rising from within you. A sudden knowing, a gentle voice, or a peace that cannot be explained. That is not coincidence. That is Spirit confirming. This is why you needed to be alone. So, chosen ones, let this be your declaration. I will not shrink back. I will not deny the calling. I will not waste the invitation of this moment. I will rise. I will align. I will carry the light forward for myself, for those I love, and for those who cannot yet see. Because the awakening within me is not just mine. It is for all. And remember this sacred truth. When you shift, everything shifts. Your courage becomes a beacon in the storm. Your faith becomes an anchor in uncertain waters. Your voice becomes a frequency that travels further than you may ever realize, stirring hearts that are desperate for hope. You may not see the full ripple, but the ripple is real. Every decision, every word, every act of alignment plants seeds in the unseen. And one day, those seeds will grow into forests of transformation. So don't wait, don't hesitate. August 31st is not just another day. It is the final threshold of this month, the last chance to close old doors, the last chance to leave behind the weight of betrayal, fear, and doubt. The universe is asking you to step forward with conviction, to seal this cycle with faith, and to open the doorway into a new chapter. Do not carry what was never meant for you into September. This is your moment to release, to surrender, and to rise. Chosen ones, hear me clearly. This last day of August is sacred. It is not meant to be wasted in noise.
distraction, or fear. It is meant to be honored in silence, in prayer, in reflection. The energy today is like a mirror, showing you exactly what must stay and what must go. Do not ignore it. Do not run from it. Lean into it with courage, because on the other side of this surrender lies your freedom. And when the first light of September arrives, you will feel the shift. You will sense the weight lifted, the path cleared, the new season ready to unfold. What you choose today will echo tomorrow. What you release now will create space for miracles to enter. The doorway is open, but only you can walk through it. So, chosen ones, this is the call. Share this message so more souls can awaken. The more who rise, the stronger this wave of transformation becomes. And never forget, the universe has already confirmed that you are ready. The only question left is this: will you answer the call?